No. Hello there. I'm Big Alias. How's it going? This is Modern Warfare. Yes, the hype is finally over. We've done it. We've made it through the hype zone. We made it through the highway to the hype zone. And this is Modern Warfare 2. Super excited. Been really looking forward to this. Probably the most excited I've been for Call of Duty in years. And man, is it fun. Oh, dude, I played so much of this game last night. Absolutely crushed it. I went absolutely nuts on this game last night. And had a really good time with it. I threw on some Guided by Voices and just went crazy. So I want to talk about it, obviously. It's that time of the year where we talk about Call of Duty. And this is a big one. But I think I want to start with the negatives because I think it's more informative to just get straight into the nitty-gritty and let people know, exactly where the game went wrong. It's not perfect. It's not an absolutely perfect game. I don't think it's the best Call of Duty game ever made. So firstly, I will say that if you went into this wanting the gritty experience of Modern Warfare 2019, I liked Modern Warfare 2019 a lot, and I did like its grittiness, then I really think you're probably actually not going to like what you see here. I know this feels like a non-con for people. This feels like not a real problem, but I genuinely think it is. I think a lot of people enjoyed the grit of Modern Warfare 2019, and much like the campaign, I think a lot of that's gone. This is fun over grit. And genuinely for a lot of people, I don't think they'd like that. So do be cautious that, especially with regards to maps, the grit, the intensity, the tension, it's not there. It doesn't take itself nearly as seriously as Modern Warfare 2, which for a lot of people would be a good thing, but for a lot of people would be a bad thing. Secondly, though, and I really want to talk about this because it's driving me absolutely insane. This is probably my biggest issue with this game. I'll tell you what. One day I would like to meet the guy who designed, or the person who designed the UI for this game, and I'd like to buy them a drink. And then I'd like to throw that drink on the floor in front of them so that they never get to drink that drink and they never get to feel the satisfaction of a delicious, tasty beer because I don't like this person. I hope they, with all, niceness aside, I really hope this person never gets to design a UI ever again. I heard a lot of people say that actually it's someone who designed the UIs for things like Hulu. Even then, I think even in terms of a streaming service, this will be an ugly UI. Functionally, it's awful. All of the good stuff is buried in the menus, and it's just grotesque. It's an ugly UI. Yes, they fixed a couple of things from the beta, and there are a couple of moments where it's okay, like the game finishing splash screen that tells you what your rank is kind of pops and explodes, which is quite cool, but it's too constricted, it's too small, and you don't get a good perspective of what you've earned and what you've done. So that's kind of, it's, even when there's pros, there's cons. It's awful, it's atrocious, and it leads into the biggest issue, which is the lobbies. The lobbies in this game are absolutely phenomenally bad. They're the worst I've seen in Call of Duty history. They're absolutely awful. There's no post lobby, there's no awesome post lobby from back in the day. There's no pre-lobby really. There's no map voting, obviously, it hasn't been in years. But it's the way your gamer tag is shown and displayed to other people is absolutely phenomenally bad. You have these two grids on the left hand side. Why is it on the left now? I don't know. Just above all of the information at the bottom, but there's no calling card, there's no level, there's no emblem, there's no character displayed in these grids. It is just grids with black backgrounds, and in white text it has your gamer tag, and that is it. That's all it is. And the two teams, no rank, no emblem, no nothing. And I only learned when I was around about rank 15 that you actually do have your squad in the background of the shot, and you have your rank above your name. This was broken last night, and every person in my squad was level 1, and I obviously wasn't. I was like 16, 17, 18, but I think that's been fixed since this morning. But it's terrible. I mean, why would I look at all those people? What's the damn point? I mean, at least it shows yours at the front, I guess that's all right. But yeah, it's nothing is on display, and I really like this game's sort of hatred for showing off. This game just doesn't want you to show off what you have, which seems so bizarre because you think it will be in Activision's best interest to want to, sell calling cards and sell emblems. Why the hell would I buy a calling card emblem set if I can't show it off in the lobby? What's the damn point? Why would I bother? And I think there's a lot of backlash for this UI, and I actually think in year 2 at the latest, maybe before that, they might pull a World War II on this. I think they're going to completely overhaul this UI and make something new, because this is, it might be, it's up there with some of the worst UIs I've ever seen in a video game, and easily, by far and away, the worst UI in the history of Call of Duty. These menus are absolutely atrocious, so that's not good. Other issues, obviously, like map selection. I like the maps on offer, and I want to talk about those later in the video, but I will say that maybe we could have done with a couple more. Unfortunately, this game features 10 maps. It was going to feature 11 6v6 maps, but the damn pro players scared Infinity Ward off to the point it could have had 9 maps, but they managed to restructure Crown Raceway in a way that pro players wouldn't complain about. But they have got rid of the museum map, which I absolutely love from the beta, because they were afraid that the pro players would complain. Thanks, COD streamers, you are so fucking annoying, man. Imagine how many maps we could have if it wasn't for COD streamers complaining, I can't completely dominate in this game. Wah. Yeah, imagine how many maps we could have if they didn't have to be like pin perfect, perfect structure. So yeah, there's only 10 maps in this game, and unfortunately I do think the map rotation is a little bit off. Last night I played for a fair few hours, and I played on every map pretty much 2 to 3 times. A couple of them I only played on once, but I played on the farm map I think about 7 times. Like, I know this is a fan favorite and a lot of people like it. Personally, I'm not as into it, I think, as most people. I think it's a little too small and a little too grimy and ugly, but dude, calm down with the farm map. And I think that is something that's going to get fixed over time, but it definitely comes into the rotation just a little too much. But I think that's pretty much it. Like, I genuinely can't think of any more issues. I haven't really touched Warzone. I haven't touched Warzone. I haven't touched Spec Ops just yet. I've just been so addicted to this multiplayer. I haven't really even tried much of Ground War. I played it for a little bit, but that's about it. We're really focusing on 6v6 here, and in terms of that is really all I can think of with regards to complaints at the moment. And now look, a lot of people will call this the honeymoon phase and say that, you just feel great about the game now, and maybe that's true. I've only really ever changed my opinion on, off the top of my head, I can think of 2 Call of Duties that I've changed my opinion on. I liked World War II more at the end of its run, and I liked Black Ops 4 a lot less at the end of its run. So I'm not sure if I will. I really do feel positively about this game now, and hopefully I will at the end of the run, but we'll see how it goes. So with the negatives aside, let's talk about the positives, because I am so freaking excited about this game. Let me tell you how I feel about Modern Warfare 2. To me, it feels like a combination of the whole series. It feels like everything in the series, or almost everything in the series, has been kind of thrown into the bag here. It feels like Infinity Ward sort of threw everything onto the table and said, right, what did we do right with this one? Or what did they do right with this one? And what did we all do right with this one? And what did we do wrong with this one? And they kind of tweaked that and worked on that and threw a bunch of stuff in. And then of course Activision came in and said, no, you can't do that with that though. There is so much Call of Duty DNA in this game. I've never played a actual Call of Duty developer made game that felt like more of a love letter to Call of Duty than this. That isn't a remaster anyway. There is, yeah, like I said, there's so many aspects of the games in here. Like, obviously the base gameplay feels like Modern Warfare 2019 quite a bit, but the in-game HUD is made up of the Ghosts and Black Ops 2 and Modern Warfare 2019. You take those 3 HUDs and you have the Modern Warfare 2 HUD. A lot of the maps, see, due to the gameplay, which is absolutely fantastic, but due to the gameplay being so malleable, there's something about it. It becomes sort of a chameleon based on its map. And there are times when I felt as though I was playing Black Ops 2. There were times when I felt as though I was playing COD 4. Times when I felt as though I was playing Black Ops 1 a little bit, or COD 2019, or Modern Warfare 3. There were times when it really did manage to shape into the map. The Formula 1 map, which I really like, felt kind of like a Black Ops 2 map with its nighttime blue hue and the neon lights on the roller coaster. But then there's a map which is a factory in the middle, and it's sort of grimy and it feels just like COD 4. And then that farm map to me feels like a combination of that Black Ops 2 map, the farm one. I think it was a farm one. The one I'm talking about. It was very popular when it had hay bales in it. And a map from COD 4, which was a lot like it, and a little bit of Modern Warfare 2019 thrown in there too. There's all sorts in here that it just wraps everything up. There's even a map in here that feels like a Sledgehammer era map. It's the one that's set during Twilight, and it's a bit of a castle-y map, and it has like that kind of Sledgehammer-y vibe to it. There's a little bit of everything in here, and I think they've taken mostly the best bits, and like I said, the Black Ops 2 HUD is there, and it feels a lot more arcadey, like the Modern Warfare 3 Black Ops 2 era. The sprint in this is obviously the sprint from Modern Warfare 3. A lot of the weapons for like Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3 era weapons, it's all in there. Everything with the exception of the jetpack era, and I do like it. I do like how everything's just been bundled together, but they've taken all of the best bits, and it feels great. It really feels as though they've learned. And obviously, with retrospect to Modern Warfare 2019, when I say that they, looked at what they did well and what they did poorly, the maps are a lot smaller. They're a lot tighter. They said that okay, a lot of people like the larger maps, but a lot of people didn't like the larger maps, and probably more people didn't like the larger maps. So let's keep the maps relatively big, but let's tighten them up and add more corridors and make them a little bit smaller. And it works. It totally works. And all the maps, I don't know, man, like they have a lot of character. And again, it's like Infinity Ward said, okay, look, we've heard the 50 Shades of Brown memes, so let's add a little bit of color. Let's add a bit of pizzazz, some personality to these maps. So you have maps set at night. You do have the grimier maps, but you have like, okay, here's a village square map, but there's all of these colorful banners all over the place. Here's some neon lights on this map. In this map, some Formula 1 cars just drive by halfway through. There's a lot more fun to this than in Modern Warfare 2019, and I think they addressed a lot of the problems that were sort of bogging it down and making people feel as though they don't want to come back to the game. It feels a lot less sluggish. The weapons feel a little less heavy. It's a little bit quicker. Sort of akin to the Modern Warfare 3 makeover, but in a way that I think I prefer. And overall, it's weird. It's, I thought this was going to feel like more like Modern Warfare 3, and there are a lot of aspects where it does feel like Modern Warfare 3, like I said, with the animation slightly downgraded from Modern Warfare 2019, the grit and seriousness sort of taken away a little bit from Modern Warfare 2019, much like the Modern Warfare 3 to Modern Warfare 2 transition. I thought it was going to feel a lot more like Modern Warfare 3. Even the cover, if you put the two covers together on the game library on Xbox, you have like Modern Warfare 2 is the first time that they've returned to the black and white color scheme of a cover in Call of Duty, and they even have that green lens leak along the left. If you put them two together on the games and apps on Xbox One or Xbox Series X, then they really look similar. It really does look similar, but I didn't expect it to feel as much like every other game in the series. It really does. It feels like the culmination of the entire series all wrapped up into one nice neat bow, and it is great, with the exception of obviously a couple of issues. There are things holding it back. I think the biggest issue is the user interface lobby system. That's the only thing that could really pull me out of the game and make me not want to play anymore. But it really does feel good, and I will say it has a lot of personality. This is the most personality a Call of Duty game has had in a long time. I think I liked Cold War. I thought Cold War was quite addictive and quite well done, but a lot of the base maps didn't really have too much personality to them. Obviously Modern Warfare 2019's were a little bit too gritty to have personality. Vanguard was Vanguard, and we had the jetpack era. There's so many of these games that just lacked that personality. Man, I feel that spark. I feel that buzz that I felt during the golden days Call of Duty. I haven't felt this leak of personality, this glow of personality since Modern Warfare 3. And again, maybe this could be the honeymoon era, but it feels good, man. It feels good to play a Call of Duty game that has so much personality again. It is a lot of fun. I'm having a really good time with it. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back in around about a month and a half, maybe two. But I'm going to come back to this, and I'm going to give my retrospective thoughts on the game, given that there's some passage of time. Obviously, we don't know everything about the game. Unfortunately, we have to wait until November 16th because of the way that you have to just wait for everything with gaming now. And then we'll know exactly what the ranking system is going to be like, and the prestige, and everything like that. We'll be able to try out Warzone and DMZ and all of that fun stuff. So the game isn't complete yet, but what is on offer at the moment, I'm having a really good time with. So I don't want to commit to a full impression of the game so far, but I haven't felt this good in years. I really haven't felt this good about Call of Duty in years. It's been a very long time. Even more so, I'm happier about this than I was about Modern Warfare 2019. That's how good this is. And I'm completely addicted, by the way. When I'm away from this game, I just want to play it. And it has a great one more game sense to it. So that's really good. So yeah, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 2022 again feels like a combination of the entire series. It feels like a love letter to Call of Duty, and I like it a lot. I'm having a really good time. So the videos will come soon. Obviously, like I said, they're going to be shorter. I'm going to condense them down, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I've got a lot of topics that I want to talk about already. So I will see you then, and I will see everyone later.